Morning, how do you do? With the FBI, you have a couple minutes, like talking?
No, a couple of minutes. Your name is
Beckwith?
Beckwith?
Right.
And yours is
Fulton.
Fulton.
Right.
From which,
New York.
New York.
There's only one.
Only one here.
Is probably what you assumed we came for, to obtain any information you want to give us about the Muslims.
I didn't assume anything.
No, that's a very general statement on my part, but as you know, we follow the activities of the Muslims as best we can, but we're always looking for new avenues of information, and who better than than the head of the Muslims. At least up to a month ago or something like that.
We're wondering, how's your suspension status?
No one knows but Mr. Muhammad. You have to ask him.
You're still in the status as of now. I mean,
You're
not working now, or teaching now at all.
Well, I'm still under the suspension.
That's what I meant.
That's a temporary thing, as far as we know.
He's the only one who can give out any information on it.
Yeah.
I couldn't say anything beyond what he has said.
Yeah. I think he has said that it's a temporary suspension. I'll be frank with you, one of the reasons we picked this particular time to contact you is because of this suspension.
The suspension was brought about by my own doing.
Yeah, exactly. But who knows what was in your mind when you did receive the suspension. In other words, bitterness could have entered into it. It would not be illogical for someone to have spent so many years doing something and then be suspended.
No, it should make him stronger because it makes him realize that law applies to the law enforcer as well as those who are under the enforcement of the enforcer.
Well, you've taken nearly a perfect attitude toward the thing, which is almost unhuman, really. I mean, you've taken the attitude that Mr. Muhammad wants everyone to take if he chastises them. Which is fine. I mean, more power to you. But you see it from our viewpoint that there's at least a chance, and this has happened with other members of the organization, they're suspended for some reason or other. And we talk to them, and they stand people up there, and they're, of course, cooperative people. Why? Because they're bitter. Now, assuming you resume your duties, we would be, as you I'm sure know, interested in having you help us out.
Help you out to do what? We're always helping out the government. We're cleaning up all of the crime that
Fine.
we help it out more than it helps itself. We're at least able to reform the people who have been made criminals by this society, by the corruption of this society. And any way to help it out other than that, I wouldn't even know how to begin.
Well, what we're interested in, basically, are the people who belong, the names, the members.
My telephone number is OL16320.
I'll get it. OL
16320.
Now, by this suggestion,
That's like telling you the sun shines from the east.
Well, no comment. And the teachings, the plans, the programs.
No teaching is more public than ours, and I don't think you find anybody more blunt in stating it publicly than we do.
No, exactly.
I don't think you can go anywhere on this earth and find anybody who expresses their views on matters more candidly than we do.
I can only agree with you. No, that's right. You're right. You do. The main thing is there is a certain area of responsibility. This is getting into our angle of it. What we really want are the names of all those who belong. The names, who they are, the identification.
I don't even know them.
Do you keep no records?
It's not my job. I'm just a preacher.
Yeah, but somebody up there keeps the record.
I don't know who. I don't have any knowledge of those kind of things. With all these other responsibilities I've had, it'd be difficult for me to worry about names. Plus, you would insult my intelligence, asking me for them. In fact, no, you would insult your own, because it would mean that your own intelligence isn't heavy enough to weigh me and know in advance what I'm going to say when you ask that question.
Well, without getting into argument on semantics there, you don't know until you ask.
That's not semantics. That again goes into your psychology.
We've had people not this group particular, other groups.
Oh yes.
Who have been just as vociferous against whatever we're investigating. I'm communist. Make a good case out of it. Communists for 20 years, you know, they hate everything. Go interview them. You don't want to. Go anyway. So you go knock on the door and they go, "Where have you been?" "No, I want to tell you something." You never know till you ask. And that's happened so many times. Sometimes the word isn't convinced, but sometimes money brings out the information. I have no intent to insult you here.
According to Dillon, what's his name, the Secretary of Treasury, this government's money is in such trouble until
you can still spend it.
Still, according to your government economists, the dollar itself is in such trouble. A person would be a fool to sell his soul for one of these decreasing dollars.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You'd be a fool to sell your soul if the dollar was increasing. But this has nothing to do with selling your soul. I mean, if you look at it that way, okay.
Yeah,
but
it depends on how you look at it.
Sure.
You insult my intelligence when not only they insult me, period, if they think I would tell them anything.
But it would be good, and I think in many ways it might be of some benefit to your organization. You know, if in fact we can eliminate people.
There's no government agency that can ever expect any information out of me that's in any way detrimental to any religious group or black group, for that matter, in this country. No government agency.
That's fine.
Because they should use that same energy to go and find who bombed that church down there in Alabama.
Well,
and if these government agencies spend as much money and time and energy.
You know what somebody in the South is saying today? Few people would go up north, investigate the Muslims with the same energy you're trying to find this bomb here.
The Muslims don't bomb churches.
I know they say that.
But still, the Muslims don't bomb churches. No, if we broke laws, they'd have us in jail tomorrow.